Hello and welcome to a little HOPS video on recording asset mileages. I've been asked this a few times recently, so I thought it was worth making a little video for you. Here we are in demo HOPS. There are principally two ways of recording mileages on assets. The manual way, first of all, which we'll find here in the asset register. We select the type of asset that we want to record mileage on, and then select the individual asset. And here in the usage tab, we'll see all the mileage this asset has done previously, which is none at all. We'll go add manual usage record. We get to select a date. We'll say this one was yesterday. Type in a number of miles, and optionally we can add a description. I'll say it went out on a private charter. You don't have to add a description. That's just in case you want to be able to look back and see what the purpose of those miles was. I'll add another one. We'll say this one was the day before. And it did 17 miles, but you can do halves. I think you can do up to 2 decimal places. And this time we happen to use S1 as a diagram on our imaginary railway, so we'll say it went out on S1. And you can add more than one manual mileage record on the same day. So if I add another one on the 24th, that'll be no problem. We'll say it did 10 miles on a test run. If you want to be able to separate out where the mileages all came from. We could have just put one record in for the 24th of 27.5 and put in the description test run and S1, and it would have worked absolutely fine. There's a totals tab here. There won't be much on it now, but as the years go on, you'll be able to see the total number of miles on this asset in each year. And if I go back to the passenger coaches asset type and look at the usage record tab, we'll see all of the assets in the asset type and all of the days of the current month. There's the ones we just put in, and I can look at different months or different years, and of course totals for all the carriages or all the assets in the asset type. So that's the manual way of adding mileage usage records. There is the checklist method as well here in the asset management menu, and the checklist option, and this is designed for the person who's going to be using the asset to be able to check that defects and particularly control measures on defects remain effective. So it is particularly useful for assets such as coaches and locos and things that accumulate mileage. If I construct the checklist with the assets that are going out on this particular day, if I were to press create checklist now with no usage selected, then no mileage record would be added. But if I select one of these made up diagrams from the list, and I can select a date, and then I press create checklist, then those mileages will be added to all of the assets that I selected. So let's go and have a look at M35308, and we'll see passenger coaches, M35308, usage, whoops. There it is, generated by the checklist. 345 miles have been added to this asset and all the other assets that were in that selection. I can see that as well, of course, if I go to the asset type, passenger coaches, have a look at the usage record, and there is all 3 assets with their 345 miles of today added. If one of those vehicles is taken off partway through the day, for example, that's no problem at all. I can go and adjust a mileage record. If I say 4790 was taken off partway through the day, I can always edit here, and I'll say it actually only did 305, and if I wanted to, I could just adjust the description, taken off at 1600, for example. You'll also notice there was a delete button, just in case I wanted to delete the record entirely, and it's completely gone. The diagrams that appeared in the checklist are administered here in base asset usage, and they can be different for each asset type. So there's the one that I just selected, 345 miles. Obviously that's made up, but it could say 3 round trips or red timetable diagram 1 or whatever you wanted it to say. So I hope that's been useful for you. That is how you record asset mileages on assets in HOPS. Thank you very much.